For my Aunt May character, I'm picking Zendaya's MJ.
What?
In a world in which her mind has been wiped,
Okay.
she takes on a more motherly role.
Her mind wasn't wiped. I think you missed a little bit of what happened in No Way Home. Her mind wasn't wiped.
Remember. Welcome back to the Break Room. It's the return of Break Room Assembled. Everybody's fourth favorite format here on the Break Room. Easily top four. With Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man dropping its first episodes. It's a little two-episode
premiere.
batch drop tonight if you're watching this on Tuesday. So we thought it'd be really fun to do some Spider-Man Assembled here on the Break Room. We'll get into the details of it, but I am Zach Huddleston, thrilled to be here with my Friendly Neighborhood co-hosts, Brandon Barrick.
Oh, thwip it.
Thwip it real good.
Thwip it real good.
And Jessica Clemons.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yes.
Perfect.
Was that what you wanted?
That's a classic Spider-Man line.
Well, that was me pretending to be Miles as soon as I showed up in a universe that wasn't mine.
Good one. But before we get into today's rules, we have to announce the winner of the last Assembled. We did with Hector Navarro when he was here. That was an Avengers lineup. We did with the figurines. It was an extremely fun episode. We did, was that November of last year? October?
It was that long ago?
Yeah.
It was a while ago. It was a while ago. But we do not know who won. Of course, in all of these assembleds, each of us drafts a team, as we're going to do today, and then you, the audience, votes on who you think drafted the best team. And you're almost always wrong.
Who's
Zach,
the audience?
Zach,
You're
this
saying
is
the audience
Zach.
is
This
wrong?
is why you keep losing. It's because you're not negging them the correct way.
Last time we did this too, Jessica won the live vote. Hector had a prize, and he wanted to get a vote from the live voters. So we do these videos live on Twitch and sometimes YouTube. So the live viewers last time voted Jessica. Jessica won a Fantastic Four comic.
I did, and it's on my coffee table now.
Oh, nice. Very fun. But we had a poll up for the audience vote. And, it was one of our more popular assembled videos. Lots of people tuning in for it.
Okay.
Is
the
it
winner,
because of the action figures?
yes. The winner with 71% of the vote
71.
is Zach Huddleston.
That's being mean to y'all.
Yeah.
71!
What a pity vote.
That is a pity vote. That is a pity vote. That was everybody getting. That was everyone feeling so bad for
That was
him.
nice of you guys.
And also, it's also
landslide.
because Brandon chose a Nazi for his team.
He was in my team. He was
He
rehabilitated.
chose Red Skull. Why would you
He's
ever
back
put that on
from
your
Boromir.
team?
You know
He's
what?
learned his lesson.
I
put him on a team
take
of blue
back
kids.
everything I said about the audience. They're geniuses, artists, and poets, and I appreciate your insight and your intellect, okay? Let's keep that going for today's Assembled. Right, Evan? Let's keep that energy.
keep the energy
That was
going.
a very nice thing you did for a very sick child, guys.
Damn.
I don't know that I would have, as the only person who had never previously won an Assembled, I don't know that I would have been able to keep doing it with the same amount of gusto, but you, the audience, have recharged me. Thank you. Okay, so today we are assembling a Spider-Man cast, okay? And with so many iterations of the Spider story, we're going to build our kind of dream Spider-Man cast lineup. We have some roles that we're gonna fill, but these roles can be filled kind of Spider-Verse style from any version of Spider-Man that has been depicted.
Okay.
All of the Tobey films, the Garfield films, the Holland films, the Spider-Verse animated films, this show that is coming out tonight from the neighborhood, maybe extended Spum-C universe.
Sure.
Animated series, the
and
video
other animated
games.
Spectacular
series.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
90s Spider-Man.
Yes. It's a pretty broad spectrum, and we might even go a little bit beyond that. We'll see. We'll see how the draft goes.
Yeah.
But the roles that each of us will need to fill on our respective teams are our core Spider person. Of course, we're not saying Spider-Man because you could pick a not male presenting Spider person, but it's somebody with the spider powers.
How do you determine if a spider is male percent?
Well,
How do you sex a spider, huh?
Spider cat. Well, they do have milk. I know that.
Spiders don't have milk.
Spiders produce.
They're not
milk.
mammals.
Let me look this up real quick.
They're not
They make
mammals.
silk, right?
Why was the last thing I was looking up? Rosa.
Do male and female spiders make silk?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He said confidently with no knowledge of
From newscientist.com, some spiders produce milk, and it's more nutritious than cow's milk.
Oh wait. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I get
I'm a
that
mammal,
wrong?
Greg. Would you milk me?
I don't know. Would you rather have a spider-sized cow or a cow-sized spider?
Oh, a spider-sized cow.
Spider-sized cow.
Think how many cows you're gonna have to. Think how small your hamburgers are.
Spider on a farm?
As a pet, not as a foodstuff.
Yeah.
What do you think cows are for?
Zach.
No one's got a pet cow.
Zach,
Remember this. Remember this.
They got a pet lunch.
Remember this, vegan audience. Okay, so we're gonna draft a spider person. Then we're gonna draft somebody in the Uncle Ben role. Now, that does not mean they need to be somebody who is biologically the uncle of the spider person.
Or uncle through marriage.
Yes, this is a person that probably will get killed.
Yes. This is a pivotal canon event in the spider person's life.
But we'll see. We'll see who gets drafted here and maybe explain it as we go. An Aunt May figure, of course, an important role in any spider story. A love interest.
Okay.
A mentor. Not to be confused with Aunt May or Uncle Ben, a different kind of mentor.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that gets defined. A main villain, a side villain, a superpowered ally, and a non-powered ally.
Okay.
A guy in the chair, if you will. A Ned type role. You could also draft Ned there if you wanted.
But they could also be in the field. They just don't have superpowers.
That's right. They could, that's right. Could be a,
It could be
a vigilante style
peak
person.
human.
Well, not to be confused, it can't be Matt Murdock because they still have superpowers.
They have superpowers.
Even you can choose Daredevil and Matt Murdock, but they have to be a superpowered ally.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I only know this because I asked
Someone asked.
Devin right before this. I said, "Can I put technically
Daredevil." Now, Zach, once a person is drafted, can they be drafted by someone else?
No, and because of the unique nature of this draft, right, where we are not only, let's say, you wanted to draft Spider-Man as your spider person. That would be pretty normal. and
Heard of
logical.
him. I've heard of him.
You have to not only say you're taking Spider-Man, you have to pick the specific performance of Spider-Man. So you're taking Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, you're taking Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Once Tom Holland is off the board, nobody else can draft Tom Holland.
No. I think we were saying that you could pick Tom Holland multiple times, but you wouldn't be able to pick him as your spider person. You wouldn't be able to pick Tom Holland Spider-Man as your spider person if someone
Yes.
else picked it, right?
Yes,
But I
but,
can do
but
it as
let's
my
say
ally.
I wanted Tom Holland Spider-Man to be my powered ally.
Yeah.
Like a Spider-Gwen or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, you could.
I could do that. So
You
two
could do
people
that.
could have Tom Holland on their team,
Yes.
but only one person can have Tom Holland
Can I
as their
have-
spider person.
Can I have Tom Holland lip singing to Umbrella as my non-powered ally?
Technically, no.
Yeah, I want Tom
No
Holland.
powers.
I want Tom Holland from Cherry as
Okay.
my. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. So
Uncharted Tom Holland.
Uncharted Tom Holland.
Romeo and Juliet, Tom Holland.
Yes. Off Broadway Tom Holland. So we'll see. We might, the fun of this will be we might get in some arguments about what is allowed and what is not.
That's the fun.
Okay, so we're going to roll some dice to determine a draft order. We're going to do this snake style. So the same person that picks third will also pick fourth. We'll kind of go back and forth that way.
Ready?
Okay, Jessica's rolling. She's
3.
rolled a 3. Rough.
Look.
On a 20-sided
Wait.
die.
Let me roll again.
Brandon's rolled a 14.
Hopefully you're
That's
in the
pretty
middle.
good on a 20-sided die. And I've rolled a 10. Okay.
Okay, well, at least we're at the snake part, right? We're at the
Yes.
snake part.
So, yeah. And then you will pick twice. And yeah. Okay.
That's the part. That's the plus side, being at the end, and I like that.
That's how you see it.
Wait, just to confirm the order, Brandon's gonna pick first,
Then myself.
then Zach, then
then
Jessica,
Jessica.
and then it'll move around. Okay, got it. Cool.
It goes,
Okay.
Wow, a lot of pressure, Brandon.
Kicking us off, Brandon.
You can't take Jubilee.
Totally open board.
Jubilee is not on my draft card this year.
That's surprising.
Yeah. She doesn't fit into this story that I'm concocting. I mean, do I start with a spider person? Is that the most fun? Is that what the audience
It might
is
be
clamoring
it
for?
might be a competitive category.
I don't know. I feel like
Go
there's
for
so
it.
many options there.
Well,
I feel like we're gonna be taking each other's villains. That's what I'm most scared of.
Villains is tough.
That's what I'm most
Villains
scared
is
of.
tough. Yeah, I want to take my villain first. I think.
ooh.
But I think, I don't think anyone will take this one. I think it's the best choice, but you guys are missing out. My main villain is going to be someone very powerful. She
Okay.
knows what's up
Okay.
because she always sees it coming.
Oh. No.
Madam Web
as the villain.
No.
Old Madam Web, though. I want old Madam Web.
Oh, so
I'm never
animated Madam Web.
Well, this will be a live action project.
But you're picking from the 90s TV
Yeah, I'm
show
picking
Madam
an
Web.
older version of Madam Web, who's like more evil, is concocting things across the multiverse, and in this slice of our this universe, she doesn't like, and she's trying to always screw things up. But Spider-Man is constantly battling her away.
Now, this is not a requirement because you're picking that iteration, but who would you like to perform this, assuming it's a live-action portrayal?
That's a fun
I think Dame Helen Mirren would be a great,
easy.
great.
That's
old
so
girl.
fun.
She would be really fun. She can handle the action. She can handle the comedy. She can handle the sex.
Plus a little bit of accent.
Yeah.
English accents, no
Yeah,
offense to our
mysterious.
English watchers, it makes people more evil. I'm just saying, it works.
Works.
I like how it also makes them very smarter. They're always the scientists, but then also they can be the villain.
Main villain, Madam Web, parentheses old.
Okay, we're going to roll right into my first
The
pick.
screen has no power.
And now I'm going to, Brandon basically starting with a wild card out the gate. I love him admitting nobody else is going to pick this, so I'm going to use my first pick on it. This guy, is this his first assembled?
I'm shaking you guys.
So instead, I'm going with the normiest possible first pick, but it's a crucial one because the rest of my team kind of falls into place after this. I'm picking my Spider-Person, and I'm going Tom Holland Spider-Man. Okay? There he is.
Did you just hear the audience yawn?
Okay?
Yawn.
Just you wait.
Yawn.
Okay? Just you wait.
And the audience went silent.
I think like a lot of things are gonna fall into place. I have a theme for my team, and it's kind of crucial that I have this Spider-Person.
Are you just
for that
casting No Way Home?
thing. That's right. I will be assembling the full No Way Home
$1 billion movie, folks.
Okay.
I also want to shout out that Clay, who made the cross stitches in the chat. Thank you so much for resubbing, for sending this in. Yeah, love seeing it on the desk.
Beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. Anytime I'm here, I'm gonna take it.
Evan, 2 of the dry erase markers did not work.
Evan, what the fuck, dude? Come on.
Wow.
You got one job and it's to check
All
the
right,
dry
so,
erase.
someone send us dry erase markers to the PO box.
Can somebody cross stitch us some dry erase markers, please?
Staples, if you're watching.
Jessica, you now have 2 picks in a row.
I thought you had two now.
No, because you're at the end of this.
What you
I
wanted
did
so
too.
bad. I need to move.
No, you gotta stay right
I would like to
there,
switch
baby.
sides of the table.
You gotta stay right there, baby. I'm gonna take. I think it's fun that we're going right out the gate with like crazy ones.
Yeah.
So I'm also gonna take a crazy one. I'm gonna take my main villain,
Uh-huh.
and it's Doctor Doom from the animated series.
Whoa.
Oh, which, like, from 90s?
In season 3,
okay.
there he is. There
That's a
he
hot
is.
Dr.
That's a
Doom.
hot Dr. Doom.
A hot Dr. Doom.
Doctor
Shout out Fox
technically
Kids.
is still hot because
So
it's
this is
already
your
Jack.
main villain.
This is my main villain.
And he's hanging out in New York City. Mm-hmm. Is he, like, part of the UN or
Well,
something?
the
Like-
thing about my story and my Spider-Man story, it kind of comes together when you get the rest of the characters.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we got to keep waiting. And because we're still waiting, I'm going to take my side villain as well. How
What?
about I take my side villain?
Wow.
My main villain and my side villain, because they both come from the animated
okay.
series.
Oh, okay.
Taking Baron Mordo.
Whoa.
What's happening?
My villains are Baron Mordo and Doctor Doom.
Wow.
And if you've read Secret Wars, you kind of see what I'm putting together right now. You kind of see what I'm putting together.
I mean, I'm glad somebody does.
Oh! I'm letting Zach win. No, I'm joking.
I'll ask you the same question that Zach asked earlier. If they were live action, who would you want to portray them?
Oh, that's a good. I want Baron Mordo to actually stay.
Chiwetel,
Chetwell.
yeah.
I would love for it to stay.
From
Chiwetel.
live action, yeah, MCU. Yeah,
I would love
good
Baron
pick.
Mordo to stay
He's
there.
great.
And Doctor Doom. Honestly, I would also still love it to still be RDJ.
You want
It's
Robert?
going to be, a lot of people have been
Ooh.
speculating when Tom Holland shows up in Avengers Doomsday and he gets face to face with RDJ, that's going to be a moment. That's going to be a
I
moment.
mean, there's heavy rumors right now that RDJ is going to stick around past Secret Wars. Because everyone's like afraid that Doctor Doom won't be around to be a villain for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That he might stick around.
Okay.
He should just pass the mask on to someone else.
My fear is that they'll make him like good. You know what I mean? They'll like
The
redeem him.
The fifth Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic Four. Oh, it's Zach's turn.
I said Zach's turn.
Yes. Now back
You
to
can't
me.
tell us apart, can you?
I got
No,
I
it's
got
the
a single
mustache.
pick here before we go to double Brandon Barrick.
Are we gonna have no crossovers on our
Yeah,
list?
I think we're on a great pace here for
I chose my wild
completely different
ones.
list.
I chose
was-
my wild ones immediately. to
This
be
was
fair.
the widest pool of characters, and the fact that you
okay.
can repeat. You know,
I mean, there's 900 characters.
We all sent our
Spiders.
sent our prospective drafts to Evan. That's why we have images that we can pull up in real time, so he knows if there's any overlap. Now, again, I might need to change mine midstream depending on how things are evolving. But I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go my Uncle Ben character. Okay, and again, this is important for what I see as the vision for my team.
Okay.
So it's a little bit farther out. I'm picking George Stacy, Dennis Leary's portrayal of Captain Stacy.
Shut the hell up, dude.
In
Dude, shut the
Amazing
hell up.
Spider-Man.
He did die in that one, right? Yeah, he dies in
I believe both he and
both
his
he and
daughter,
his daughter die in
daughter
that
dies.
movie.
of those two films. Yes. So I'm picking Captain Stacy
Get the
as
hell
my
out- get the hell
as
out
my
of here,
Uncle
dude.
Ben.
Let this bootlicker pick a cop. Okay? It's all right. What's his first name? Richard?
Well, George Stacy, or you can put
George
Captain
Stacy.
Stacy, whatever.
George Stacy.
Gwen Stacy's daddy, as portrayed by Dennis Leary.
Yeah, put in Daddy Stacy.
No.
Daddy
Is he enjoys branzino? I believe there's that whole scene at dinner
loves the
eating
full
branzino.
I think you're winning him over.
Okay, there we go. And I think
Now,
like,
would you take Dennis Leary from Rescue Me? Like a really messed up.
he plays
I-
a lot of
I love
yeah. He's got an edge to him.
Yeah, he's 9/11's ringing around in his head. He's a mess. He watched a lot of his brothers die.
Now, I just want to say, and I'll leave this. I doubt either one of them. I was torn between Dennis Leary's portrayal and Shea Wiggum, who played Captain Stacy in the animated Spider-Verse.
Sure.
A voice actor. But Shea Wiggum's also, if you look up his face, that name may
in
not ring a
everything.
bell. He's been in a ton of stuff. You've definitely seen him in movies, including the most recent
Mission Impossible. They let him in. They let him
Okay,
in.
Brandon
So I gotta
gets
pick two?
Brandon gets 2 picks.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, let's knock out my Spider person. Okay. We've all a lot of young Spider-Mans out there, and I'm sick of it. I'm ready for an older Spider-Man.
What?
I really liked what they were doing in the Spider-Verse, so I'm taking like a Peter B. Parker-esque older Spider-Man. He's been around for a while. This is not a young guy. He's not worried about school. He's got lots of money saved up. He's not worried about all that stuff. So I'll do like an older Spider-Man, and his Uncle Ben type.
So wait, are you your Peter B. Parker? Is it Jake Johnson's performance from the Spider-Verse or somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, Jake Johnson doesn't really look like his character, so you'd probably cast someone else. I mean, I think like Chris Pine would be great as like an older. He of course played the Spider-Man who dies in the Spider-Verse movie.
One of several people who died.
Right, in the first one. And his was kind of like a crossover of, it was kind of like the Tobey Spider-Man aged up. But I think like he would be a great like live action Spider-Man, like an older Spider-Man. So I'm thinking like an older Spider-Man. And his Uncle Ben character that he had to watch die, is ringing around in his head. Can I change what I originally sent? I'm going to change what I originally sent you.
Yeah.
This Peter Parker did not stop the death of J. Jonah Jameson. Because he did not like J. Jonah Jameson, and he knew something was up, and he let him die.
And is there a particular J. Jonah that you're thinking?
I think you do J.K. Simmons.
yeah,
Like, it was
he's
that
the
guy.
definitive.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry, I changed
Interesting.
midstream on you, Evan.
That's fine.
But I think like that ringing around in his head. He didn't like the bad press. He didn't like what this guy was saying about him. He knew he could have stopped it. He was well into his Spider-Man career at this point. He could have stopped it, but he didn't. And that moment has lived with him forever. And Madam Web gives him a hard time about it. constantly.
Wow, interesting.
that was his Uncle Ben.
I like that. It's a more complicated version, right? If you had a complicated relationship with J. Jonah,
I'll just take Peter.
it's a different kind of an impact that has. Okay, I gotta say those are interesting picks. Okay, it's back to me. I have a single pick here. A bunch of categories to fill in. I think I just want to go ahead and take this one off the board because Jessica said something before we started rolling that made me worried that this pick may not be around for a while. So for love interest, okay? This is a little far afield, but I'm picking Martine Bancroft, Adria Arjona's character from Morbius, baby. Let's go. She took the blue, she took the red. You know what I mean? Here's the thing.
This character's name is
Zach's doing it
Martine
again.
Bancroft?
He said hot people only. He's doing it
right.
again.
That's right.
He's doing
Well,
it again.
yeah.
He's doing
Here's
it
the
again.
thing. Here's the thing.
Dennis
I know the Morbius film, little loved. I don't know that anybody like left watching that film being like, that Adria Arjona, what a movie star. But she was so good in Andor, so great in the Glenn Powell Netflix Hitman movie. She is awesome. She's better than that movie. Also, easy on the eyes.
What's her character's name?
Okay. Martine Bancroft.
Can you spell that for me?
She's a medical doctor as well, which gives us some fun weight to the relationship, you know?
Q in that?
She's a professional. Bancroft.
I think right before.
Keep saying it, but I don't know how to spell Bancroft.
You know, like Anne Bancroft.
Bancroft,
Thank
right?
you, Jessica.
There.
I like this
That's how my
comment from
friends
Flipside here. I think this was just before Brandon said it was, oh shit, he just picking hot people again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
The chat reaction to this is very funny. Everyone, it spans the gambit from like what to let's go. So,
Let's go, okay? She brings a spice
knows-
to the movie.
Is she age appropriate for
Well,
Tom Holland? They're the same. We'll say they're the same age.
I mean, if this movie's coming out 2028,
Zach said that doesn't matter. That's not required.
There's nothing wrong with it.
now Tom Holland's in his 30s.
There's only Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is not in his 30s.
28,
He's only 28.
and Adrian Arjona is 32.
Okay, that's close enough.
Close enough.
Close enough.
fine.
That's a fun dynamic.
Just remember, he's not putting him with Zendaya. So
Is
let's
this-
remember that. And
yeah.
Zendaya is
Well,
also a very
I mean,
hot person.
that would also make sense, but then I feel like I'm doing
Does she
just
know?
the No Way Home.
Is this she knows he's Spider-Man?
Well, that's part of it too, right? Zendaya doesn't know Peter Parker anymore, but this character, right? Like she can meet him fresh on his level.
But that's what I mean. At this point in your story, is she a love interest that knows that he is Spider-Man? Or is she in love with Peter Parker? Or is she in love with Peter Parker, who is Spider-Man?
Well, there's going to be a meet cute.
Okay.
Between Peter and her.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like maybe they're working in a lab together.
Right.
Maybe they bump into each other, something like
Right.
that. It will be revealed that he's Spider-Man.
Okay.
And that will only amplify it. Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I did watch Morbius at least 3 times, but I've tried to Men in Black myself.
Right.
Of the memories.
You want to see it fresh for the 4th time.
Does she leave that movie with vampire powers? I believe Morbius
She
does
gets
bite
like
her at some point.
resurrected, right? Yeah.
She might be a powered individual, but that's okay. That's
okay.
allowed
Yeah,
in the
that's
love
allowed,
interest.
yeah.
Okay.
She did. This is one of her powers.
Yes. Okay. Now it's back to Jessica has 2 picks now.
2 picks. No one. It's fun because you guys already did your Uncle Ben's and your spiders, so I don't have to really think about
No, you got all the time in
surprising
the
you
world.
yet. But I do want to be as chaotic as possible.
Please.
Chaotic as possible. So we have Doctor Doom and Baron Mordo.
Right.
And if you guys, again, Secret Wars, who was really doing it? We don't have Molecule Man, but it was really these two that destroyed and made Battle World. So we know that where they're going. They're going towards Secret Wars. He's like, you know what? We're going to destroy every universe, every reality there possibly can be. Which is why you need your mentor, someone that knows it very well. Someone that I probably am taking from Zach, and it is Miguel O'Hara. Miguel
yes. Okay.
O'Hara.
This is who? Mentor?
Mentor.
Mentor.
You need someone that can trapeze the multiverses, all the realities, and also has lost a daughter. Rip. But, because I get a second one, my mentor is that. And I should probably take my Spider-Man so you guys start to understand. Because mine keeps coming in 2s. My Spider-Man is the none other, the beautiful, the best, Miles Morales.
Oh, okay.
Miles Morales.
Nice.
Because you need a clumsy Spider-Man. You need a clumsy Spider-Man. But Doctor Doom and Baron Mordo have uprooted his universe. And he does not know yet until Miguel O'Hara shows up and tells him and warns him. And now Miguel O'Hara doesn't want to help this world, doesn't want to help him. But they need to make sure he doesn't destroy the entire universes and realities that everybody lives in. So when you hear who Uncle Ben is, you'll be like, what? And it's because it's been uprooted. Remember, it's been uprooted.
And now this is not a requirement, but since both of those are animated characters, would you keep their voice actor casting?
Yeah,
or
let's
would you
keep
change it
Shamik
up?
Moore as Miles.
I mean, Oscar Isaac would be pretty good.
Oscar
right?
Isaac
Great in that
still
role.
good to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac's still good to go.
We were
Probably
just
not
talking
Shamik
about
Moore.
Shamik
You could
Moore.
think on it. You could cast a
No, I don't think
nationwide casting search.
You know who I would really like, and someone made this observation. I was like, yeah, that kid's really cute. I think he's fun, but he might be getting a little older now. I'm not sure. The twin, the youngest son in Blackish. I don't know if you guys watch Blackish. I think I only watched like a couple seasons, but the son is a very cute, like he would be a very cute Miles Morales. Though I also still want someone that is half black too. You know, because Miles isn't full black. So someone. We'll find it out.
Okay.
Oh, a new person. Yes.
Yeah, cast an unknown.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tom Holland hadn't done much when he got cast. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Billy Elliot?
I was about to say Billy Elliot.
Okay, but no,
They spent a whole year and a half training him to become Billy Elliot.
yeah, but like
Oh,
I'm saying
really?
film-wise, he hadn't
Yeah.
done much before he was cast as Spider-Man.
Yes.
I know him as Spider-Man first. I see where you're coming from.
Okay, so now it's back to me for a single pick. Okay, I've got some big some big holes to fill. I have not done any of my villains.
No.
I've not done any of my villains.
Let's try and guess Zach's hot villains.
Okay, white. Hot.
I'm not all white.
I mean, Thomas.
No.
I'm not gonna do
Sandman,
villains yet.
third?
Oh, Sandman. Oh, he's so sad.
I'm not gonna do villains. I wanted to do Mentor. I have not watched any of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man yet. Evan has been able to see some of the screeners. Maybe some other folks have seen it yet, but I'm really excited just from the trailer footage. There's two kind of characters castings that I really like, but this one really popped off. Topical right now. I want my mentor, Coleman Domingo's Norman Osborne, baby. Love the idea of a little, kind of skirting that line between villain and mentor. There's a history of that with Spider-Man, and I think obviously you just keep him in live action. Coleman Domingo just got an Oscar nomination for Sing Sing. I believe not even his first. Super talented actor. I think has the great gravitas to crush that role. So I'm really excited to have that.
Great, the best actors on actors interview with Kieran Culkin.
Yes.
The best one. They're so funny. Talking at 200 miles per minute. They talk so quick at each other.
Before we get back to Brandon, top of the round, should we shout out some of the people who helped bring us this episode today?
Yes, please.
This is a nice halftime. Plus, I'll let them kind of gather their thoughts now that they're reeling from my draft picks. Here at the Breakroom, we're all about getting good sleep, okay? Yeah. Best possible sleep, really. And so that's why we're stoked to work with Miracle Made, one of today's sponsors. The temperature you sleep at has a huge impact on the quality of your sleep. If you're constantly waking up because you're too hot or too cold, you got to try Miracle Made sheets. Their fabric was inspired by NASA, so it's also thermo-regulated, which means you'll sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Plus, their sheets are crazy comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands. Miracle Made sheets are infused with silver that prevents bacterial growth. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts, all kinds of bad stuff. So sleeping on Miracle Made's sheets is good for your skin. Upgrade your sleep this year. Go to trymiracle.com/breakroom to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code BREAKROOM at checkout, you'll get a free 3-piece towel set and save an extra 20% on top of the 40%. That's crazy. They're so confident in their product. It's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/breakroom and use the code BREAKROOM to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/breakroom to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle, for sponsoring this episode. Another one of our sponsors is Prolon El Nutra. Prolon's fasting mimicking diet is a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. After eating everything that wasn't nailed down during the holidays, Prolon's 5-day fasting program was the perfect way to kickstart our health for 2025. Evan is excited about this. He's going to try it out. And it can offer all kinds of benefits, better skin, better health, all that kind of stuff. And it's easy to start because Prolon maps everything out for you. The 5-day program includes snacks, soups, and beverages designed to keep your body in a fasting state. No guesswork or planning required. You get motivation and guidance from longevity and nutrition coaches. Ooh. If you purchase a Prolon 5-day kit, you gain free access to the January Fasting Challenge. Groups start every Sunday in January, so you can start when it works for you. Prolon's January Fasting Challenge is a coach-led program to set you up for fasting success. The program was researched and developed for decades at USC's Longevity Institute and is backed by leading U.S. medical centers. Ready to make 2025 your healthiest year yet? Order your Prolon 5-day kit at prolonlife.com/breakroom and join in on their fasting challenge today. New groups start every Sunday in January. Plus, they're offering Breakroom listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program for your post-holiday glow up when you go to prolonlife.com/breakroom. Okay, thank you to those sponsors.
Can I say one thing really quick?
Please.
I forgot. This is like a 5-second vent sesh. I joined a silent auction, and I got a call back last night that I won my auction. The money goes to the Palisades firefighters. So I was like, I don't mind donating a lot of money for this.
Uh-oh.
Guess what I won?
What? You won impression of James Franco's butt.
No, thank you. No thanks. No, I got the Mighty Ducks hockey jersey signed by all the Mighty Ducks cast.
Wow.
Whoa, like
The original,
not the
like,
show, not the remake
No,
show,
the
original.
the 1990.
film
Yeah,
cast.
the
Wow.
film cast.
Does it
And
got
it's-
Keenan's?
It has Keenan's. Oh
He
no,
was
no, it
in the
doesn't.
first
No, it's the
film, 'cause
first
he's
one.
in
It's the
the
first one.
second.
It's
Okay.
there's two black kids.
You got
in that one. Jesse
Emilio
Hall was one of them.
Estevez.
So Emilio Estevez. And we also got. I always forget the girl from Wet Hot American Summer. The woman from Wet Hot American Summer was in it. Also, Foggy Nelson, baby.
Right.
Foggy Nelson. I forgot to tell you guys. I wanted to say. I was so happy I got the call back. They're like, yeah, come pick it up at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Wow, congrats. And good on you, Jessica.
so
for,
fun.
Quack.
Every
being a
day
part
I
of the
was
big
going
company.
there, vote. I was bidding
Quack.
an extra $50.
Quack.
Quack, quack, quack. Every day I was bidding a $50. It's me and this one other guy going back at it. We were writing our names down. I should have got it. I should have remembered his name because I beat him.
You were writing it? It was in
put-
person?
Well, you silent. So you go in every
Right.
day, and then they have the list of like, oh, here's all the
Right.
things.
You
And
had to walk into a physical location and do
Oh
it?
well, it's at my gym. It was at the
okay.
they were doing.
I was
it at
like,
my
where
gym.
are you going to do
sorry,
this?
I should have said that. It was at my gym, and they had a lot of things. They had every like sports team, every player like jersey signed by that person, and like signed so much memorabilia. But that jersey, I beelined for. I went.
Yeah.
I said, I need it. And me and this guy
And
was
it's the
going back.
classic kind of green and
Oh,
yellow.
well, we got this is a white one. I have a white one. It's a white one, but it still has the D5 and the Ducks, the old Ducks logo and stuff. It's really
Nice.
cool.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry, now we can go back to our schedule.
Where did we leave, actually? Whose pick is it?
Mine.
Brandon
Okay.
on the turn
Brandon-
here.
Brandon
Thank you,
gets
Two
Evan.
picks.
Brandon gets two
Two
picks.
picks.
Okay.
Okay, well, we've got, an old Peter Parker who's reeling from the death of Jonah Jameson. Madam Web is tormenting him. So he needs a mentor of his own. And how is he going to deal with this kind of cosmic threat that is coming across the multiverse, opening portals all over his city? He needs a portal maker of his own.
Spot.
Doctor Strange.
Oh.
No, I'm not Spot. Doctor Strange.
Okay.
He's gonna be the mentor
That's
to
a
this
good one.
Peter B. Parker because he knows how to handle crime. He doesn't know how to handle magic.
And this is MCU. We're thinking.
yeah, I think this would be
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Okay.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, and he has a history with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or does he?
Well, in my universe, they're new friends.
Oh, okay. This is a different Spider-Man.
Yeah, remember they all have different stories.
Like I see this as he swung by Bleecher Street plenty of times, but he never saw the Sanctum Sanctorum before.
Yeah.
And one day when he's swinging by, it's suddenly there.
Also, a question from Well-Rounded Mom: who would be an age-appropriate love interest for old Peter?
For old Peter, well,
we don't
that's
have
a
your love
great
interest.
question.
Yeah, I don't want to pressure you into choosing
Okay,
right now.
Here he goes.
I'll give you my love interest. I think it would be fun for an older Peter Parker. He's been through a few normies, you know what I mean? And they can't handle they can't handle it, you know what
You
I
want
mean?
a powered love interest.
Yeah, he wants someone with a little power who knows what he's dealing with, who knows the schedule he's got to keep up.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's going to come home with some scratches, some bruises. Sometimes he's going to be gone for 3 days. Can't have you asking questions. So he needs someone else who's got their own stuff going on in the city, who's got their own career, who's got their own powers. My man Peter B. Parker is with Jessica Jones.
Oh.
And this has happened in the
Look,
comics before.
Okay, we're kind of breaking
Oh, so we
out
can
of.
take from the comics.
We're kind of breaking out of Spider People here
Well,
too, right?
this would be Kristen Ritter, I think, is like an age-appropriate Jessica Jones for this older Spider-Man.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And maybe he was married to Mary Jane at one point and got divorced.
Just
You
just
know?
let it be known, though, we're breaking out of
Yes.
Spider People here.
Well, her
Okay?
first appearance was in a Spider-Man comic.
Yeah, but I mean, comics.
I didn't know we were
fine.
taking comics.
All
I was
Marvel
taking a
characters.
great
No,
showed up in
no.
a
Her
Spider
first. Well,
comic.
that was like it was the adaptation of these Spider characters, right?
Okay,
so
no, that's fine.
She
That's
lives
fine.
in New York City.
I don't.
She lives in New York City.
I don't have a problem with
There's
this.
a lot of characters in New York City.
If
You could have
That's right.
taken someone from Sesame
if
Street.
they're bringing in Daredevil, okay, Netflix Daredevil into the MCU, then Jessica Jones is
You
there.
said
I'm
they're
fine
bringing
with
it in. You said they're bringing it in. It's not brought yet. Just saying.
And I'm.
She's in the background when Time Out's swinging around.
I just want to point out when things happen later. Okay, that this is where it started.
I
But I'm
sent
okay
this.
with it. I'm
I
okay
sent
with
this
it.
to Evan. He didn't say anything.
No. I'm fine with it. I'm not fighting it.
This doesn't sound like someone's fine with
I'm
it.
just saying this ain't a democracy.
This is a dictatorship.
Oh.
Okay.
Regular Chatter Street saying an actual goaded pick from Brandon. OMG.
An actual?
I don't like the implication
Damn.
that I've never made a go-to pick
Also,
before.
we know canonically that Jessica Jones has experience knocking boots with powered individuals.
Yeah.
There were some great scenes in
She's
season
gonna,
one.
you
of
know
Jessica
what?
she's
Jones.
gonna break Peter B.
Sometimes
Parker's
Peter
hip.
B. Parker can't get it up because he's thinking about that. You know what I mean? He's got a little complex sometimes.
I think this is Brandon coming through on his
I
character.
am fine. I'm fine.
Wow.
That's great.
My body count's respectable.
It's 3.
Okay.
That's respectable.
On that note, I have now a single pick. I'm afraid. I'm afraid this
It's
pick
afraid.
might get snatched up by somebody else, by Jessica, maybe looking for a love interest. So I'm going to go ahead and take this.
Don't you take my love interest.
As my, I've already picked love interest, but as my superpowered ally,
Dude, don't take mine.
I'm going to take Spider-Gwen,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Haley Steinfeld's character. For my superpowered
Haley Steinfeld
ally.
can only be with Miles
Just
Morales.
sticking with hot people, I guess.
Yes, and I want Haley Steinfeld as to portray like.
Oh,
I
interesting.
think she'd be
Yeah.
great. I mean, we're gonna get a little confused here because like Oscar Isaac technically already has a live action MCU character. Haley Steinfeld technically already has a live action MCU character. But whatever.
When you said Marvel has Oscar Isaac, I immediately went to Apocalypse before I went to Moon
Oh yeah,
Knight.
that's
I
true.
know.
He
I
has
went to Moon
two.
Knight, and I was like, well, Apocalypse doesn't
You
really
should pick
count.
Apocalypse.
I'm not gonna choose Apocalypse.
Yeah, that could be your superpowered ally.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
my superpower ally is great.
okay, Jessica, you get 2 picks now.
Okay, perfect. So I got my Miles. So I'm gonna choose my love interest because I don't think anyone has it, and everyone's chosen right. Yep, everyone's chosen right. My love interest for Miles Morales, which you're probably surprised about, because you're like, what? Not Spider-Gwen? What? Not Spider-Bite? No, it's Black Cat.
Oh,
Black
I had that on my
Cat.
list.
Black Cat.
Nice.
The sexy, sultry Black Cat. And you know what? We all know that she's half villain,
Yeah, I like
half good,
Oh,
half
I
villain.
like the video game depiction is who you went with. Of course, this character made a brief appearance in the second Amazing Spider-Man movie, played by Felicity Jones.
Yeah.
She never became. She was just like a side
The name,
character, kind of
yeah.
set up for future occurrences. She never became Black Cat.
Now, in your iteration, is she still stealing stuff? Like,
Yeah, she's still bad. And because
And Miles
she's
is
bad,
like, what do you say, honey?
well, the thing is, I don't think Miles recognizes it yet. Remember, yes, the multiverse is crumbling behind them with Doctor
Okay.
Doom and Mordo coming, but he's still grounded in his world. This is what he's doing currently.
Okay.
Right? And what he's doing currently is dating Black Cat. He was introduced to her by his uncle.
Uh-oh.
And his uncle in this universe
Uh-oh.
is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man's Coleman Domingo, Norman Osborn.
Oh, using same pick in a different role. Here we go.
He is
Okay.
actually Miles's uncle. Imagine him as like Prowler.
As the Prowler
Yeah.
role,
Okay.
but now it's
Norman Osborn.
Now,
Coleman Domingo.
in your picture of this, does Norman Osborn get killed at some point?
Yes, he does.
Before
Yes,
he
he
becomes
does.
Green Goblin?
Yes, before he
Okay.
becomes Green Goblin. But he's still bad working at Oscorp. We all, right?
Sure,
So he's
sure.
still bad at Oscorp. He knows Black Cat introduces him because he wants Miles to come to him in a bad way.
And that kind of echoes often the Norman Osborn arc is he does get killed and then Harry comes in. So like that would kind of fit. That's
Well,
a fun parallel.
But there is no Harry. There is no Harry in my universe. He does not have a son. He only has a nephew, and it's Miles Morales.
Oh, okay.
And he knows Miles is Spider-Man.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Single pick to me. I have an Aunt May role, 2 villains, and a no. Oh, you. This is supposed to be superpower.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I have
main
2
villain.
villains and a
Main
non-powered
villain.
ally. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I just want the audience to note something real quick. Okay, if you're not following super close. Okay, I just want to note that I have picked a character from the most recent MCU Spider-Man. I've picked a character from The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay,
I
diverse.
picked a character from
Diversity.
the Spum C. Okay, I picked a character from the upcoming animated Disney Plus show, and I picked a character from the Across the Spider-Verse. Guys,
He wants a
I
cookie.
have spread it out. Now, there's one.
I mean, I've spread it out too, but
There's one notable. There's a couple areas I haven't drafted a character from, but maybe one of the most notable ones, the OG Tobey Maguire franchise. And so, I mean, if you think this character isn't maybe the all-time greatest Spider villain, I'm taking Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, baby.
I thought you were
That's
gonna-
my main villain. Okay, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Wait, so your
okay?
mentor is Norman Osborn, and your main villain
That's right. Is
is Green Goblin.
Yes.
And they're 2 different people.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I got
mean, he
Norman.
technically
I got
did that.
Norman and normal. Okay.
You can technically do
I
that.
guess this is okay. Well, I'm writing it. Okay.
You know, Norman Osborn shows up in No Way Home, and they said there's not a Norman Osborn in this universe. So if there's a universe with no Norman Osborn, that means there could be a universe with 2.
I just didn't know we were making nonsense.
He is a Norman Osborn.
That's right. Yeah.
So they're both.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Something of an idiot.
Or we just say that that's Green Goblin. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that makes more sense.
he
I thought
goes,
you would
huh?
just
But I
because
want-
technically the Green Goblin costume has gone to other people.
That's right.
We don't have to really think about who's
I
behind
just like the
mask.
idea that he never takes the costume. It's just he's always Green Goblin, and he's just like, "Nah, these pizza rolls are too hot. God damn, I'm again."
Okay, Brandon, you have 2 picks.
Okay. Are we like all saving our Aunt May's? I love how we have her on.
I'll be honest, my
kind of a
Aunt May's
tough
kind of
category.
clumsy, and I'm waiting until the very last minute to actually
mine's
solidify.
pretty simple.
Because Aunt May still has to be kind of like a mother figure still.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot, like the mother figures in these movies are actual Aunt Mays. No one's like very kind on Peter Parker.
Well, I'll do my Aunt May. I really like this turn as Aunt May. I think it works for our an older Peter Parker. You know, she's still around. She's still kicking. She's definitely older. It's getting later in her life, and Peter's thinking about it. And you know, Jessica takes care of her every now and then when she can. I'm going with Sally Field. As
Yeah.
The Amazing. Yeah.
That's a good one.
She was great.
She was good.
No knock on Rosemary Harris, but Sally
I think I
Field
like, is there an Aunt May that we like least? I like all the Aunt Mays.
They're all
Star Wars is
great.
usually pretty
They're all great in their own way. And I think it was like, it just so happened that they're bringing different, each of them is bringing something
I mean,
different
maybe
to the role.
90s animated Ant-Man was a little useless.
Oh, yeah.
She's just kind of
Yeah.
like an old lady.
Well, yeah, they're the old ones from like the original
Yeah,
comic
yeah.
that's just like, I made you oats. I'm like, thanks, Grandma.
And then for my side villain, someone who recently got an okay turn in a film, not great, could have been much better. Someone who's going to be in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Spider-Man's original villain, folks, the Chameleon.
Oh, nice.
I love the Chameleon as a side villain.
It's good.
Because they can become anyone, and Spider-Man can never track them down. And they
That's
always
me.
get away.
That's the wrong.
You spelled it wrong.
Guys, can we even trust him with a marker?
No,
Much less
I'm the only
drafting
one
a
who
team?
stood up. I'm the only one who stood up to do the right.
He's not the stepdad. He's the stepdad that's stepped up. He is our stepdad.
He's
Brandon
not
is
the
all of
marker
our
man.
stepdads.
He's the marker man that stepped up.
Can I put Brandon as my Aunt May?
love to be on May. Oh,
Brandon
what
would be a great
joy.
Aunt May.
So
Not
much-
an Uncle Ben.
So
I don't
much
want you-
cooking and cleaning you get to do.
Brandon, when you sent this in, you said anyone but Fred Hetchinger.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
recently
anyone could
portrayed
do that.
Chameleon.
Oh,
in
I like
Prison.
Fred Hetchinger.
He's fine. There's too much baggage with that
Yes.
character.
And that's the actor who played that character
Right.
in Craven.
Right. I think, yeah, you need someone who's like smarmy and like a real sly fox. You can't trust them. You know, you never know what they're up to. But I want old school Chameleon.
Yeah.
Who sprays the gas and mushes up his face.
I love
That's
that.
what I
I love
want,
that.
man. I want like a real body horror version of Chameleon that is
Yeah.
like grotesque.
And like with like kind of like a weird smooth face when he's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
transformed. Yeah.
yeah, so much. There's been so much work done that it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, back to me for a single pick. Okay, it's getting.
It's getting full.
I have a real crazy pick.
You gotta do your allies.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my real crazy pick. Okay. This is a home run swing, Evan. You know what I'm saying? And that means a home run swing means you either whiff and you don't make any contact, or it's over the fence. Okay.
Watch him just use a regular Gwen.
It's, once again, Norman Osborne.
My pick for non-powered ally.
so
I mean, he
funny.
would work
Keep
there
going.
too. My pick for non-powered ally, and we're being real loose with some definitions here. I want Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan.
Okay, what?
Is this because,
I love how you get on my
is
ass
this
about
because
Jessica
Bob
Jones.
Dylan exists in the MCU?
Well, a lot of the recent Timothy Chalamet Bob Dylan movie is set in New York City.
Okay.
So I feel like that's canon.
Okay, no.
Also, just picture this. Picture this. Tom Holland, Timothy Chalamet, two of arguably the top kind of actors in Hollywood under 30,
But this
right?
is a young Bob Dylan
Yes.
making his
No,
way.
why are
into
you
folk
entertaining
music.
When-
this? Why are we entertaining
when-
this?
Hold it, hear him out.
When Spider-Man needs some advice,
Okay.
he goes to a little folk music club
Yeah.
down in the village.
Okay.
Right? And there's
So
a
is
little
your
guy.
movie, your movie set in the 60s, maybe?
No, modern day.
Okay,
But
so
it's,
this is a universe where Bob Dylan was born much later.
that's right.
Okay.
They can call him Robert, whatever.
Yeah.
Robbie. But like, you know, he comes in, he needs some sage wisdom, and they're, you know, smoking cigarettes and playing harmonica or whatever
Yeah.
is you know, the Lisan Al Gaib himself, right? Timmy Chalamet as Bob Dylan.
Okay.
Just playing songs.
He added another property. Also, no, the part that makes me upset is that you entertained the idea but already posting the photo. You already had the photo ready.
Hey, listen, Spider-Man, if you try and stop that train, there's going to be blood on the track.
Zach kept telling you halfway through this was like, oh, his idea is bad, but I'm gonna let it slide and remember it later when I pull out Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, Jessica Jones walked so Timothy Chalamet
That
as
was-
Bob Dylan could run.
That's right. Guys, I'm just thinking star power. Okay? I'm thinking sexiness. I'm thinking like you need a little. We've seen the Spider-Man story so many times. Okay? You got to give people something new, and that's Timmy Chalamet as Bob Dylan.
I just
okay?
don't like the idea that Bob Dylan doesn't have superpowers. I mean, clearly he's a prolific songwriter.
mean-
He's a witch. What are you talking about?
Great American songwriter, but
Timothy.
This is insane. This is insane.
I did. I said, Zach, I'm not sure if this one works. And he goes, you got to let me have one, my man.
Oh, so I can just put Puss in Boots as Spider Cat?
That's
I
good.
can do whatever the hell I want? No,
That's
no,
actually
that's not.
goated.
No, I hate it.
it's late. Come on, it's late in the draft. We got to take some chances. You know what I mean?
I followed the rules.
Hey, man, you want to fight Sandman? You're going to need one of those idiot wins.
The times they are changing.
That's right.
Can
The
you do
drafts, they are changing. You know.
And I wish I would have got the memo. I wish I would
Someone's
have
got it in for me. They're planting stories in the press. J. Jonah Jameson got shot. Spider-Man didn't do nothing to keep himself.
I can't wait to cast Tom.
Then I met a man
Here
named
comes
Bruce.
the story of a Spider-Man.
These two old men.
Jessica, sing your favorite Bob Dylan
No,
song.
I already said the times are changing.
Don't thwip twice. It's all right.
Yeah, there goes Evan.
Don't tip ties. It's all right. Is it my turn? Whose turn is it?
I believe it is.
No, it's Jessica's.
Jessica has 2 picks. Yes.
What the fuck are we doing here? Did we come to actually work or did we come here to be fucking stupid? I'm so bad because I would have came up with something stupid. I didn't know we could do some silly ones. Okay.
I didn't do anything
Actually,
silly.
I did do a very silly one.
You
I did
know,
do a
listen.
silly one.
New York is a character in Spider-Man.
Don't defend this.
Go to his
defend
camera.
this.
Are you on his camera? He's wearing a turtleneck.
Don't
He's
defend
wearing a
it.
black
Don't
turtleneck and he's
defend
telling me what New York is. Don't talk to
Don't
me.
defend this.
I was just in the village last night. I was hanging
said
out with
like
Timothy.
No.
It's more of a person than a place. Okay. I'm gonna choose my non-powered ally. And we're choosing wild cards. This isn't really wild. It's in universe canon.
Okay.
Miles Morales' friend on the street slanging hot dogs is Zach Cherry.
Ah,
That's his best friend and ally is the hot
a
dog
flip?
sailor.
that's
There you
it.
do a flip.
He's having a moment right now. Severance season 2. Good time for Zach Cherry.
Yeah, Zach Cherry's been because he's also Fallout. He's also this Shang-Chi,
right.
Severance. He is like becoming the the main extra for everything. No offense, Zach Cherry. That's a great job. I wish I had that job. Ugh. Every time.
I'm very curious to see what he'll do like a post Severance too. You know, I think his character's
Well,
on a
Fallout
really
is
good
still,
arc this
he
season.
didn't die in Fallout.
No.
Oh, that's right. He's in
Runner
Fallout.
Fallout.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
think he's
forgot.
in season 2 he'll be there.
Wait, who does he play in Fall?
He's
Oh,
one of the guys in the vault.
He's in the
who
vault.
wants
That's
to be
I
the
think
leader.
he survived. I'm pretty sure he survived.
I thought he survived.
And then I will choose my superpowered ally, trying to sway him away from Black Cat because she's bad, but not trying to be the love interest. They're best friends. She's just like, look, I've seen Black Cat and what she can do. She's beaten my ass. I've beaten her ass. It's Silk.
Oh.
It's Silk. Because Miles is also still very clumsy, kind of a. Evan.
What is this?
Silk from the video games.
This is the only adaptation of Silk I think so far that I'm sure there's one that I'm missing,
Right,
but
and
You don't even get a front of head.
No, the thing is, Evan just said this is the only adaptation we have, and you put up Timothy Chalamet's Bob Dylan. Not
Could have pulled
not
the
adapted.
snap card at least.
Either way, but it's or the snap card. But no, that's so
Snap
funny.
card,
You
yeah.
pulled up the video game. She shows up at the very end,
Yeah.
and it's the neighbor.
Yeah.
But Silk, I think, is so genuinely such a good character for Miles. It will act as like a best friend, but also a mentor.
Yeah, I
still.
like that. And they could both be spider people. That's
Yeah,
fun.
and they're both spider people of their town. And then they both come together to fight Doom and Mordo, which is gonna be the worst thing in the world for them.
Okay, pick is to me, my penultimate pick here. My 2 categories, Aunt May and Side Villain. I've got a couple good picks for both of these. This is tough. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Side Villain. And I'm gonna pick Evan. I didn't. This is a change.
Where's
What
pivoting?
I sent you.
Pivot.
I'm gonna pick Austin Butler
No, it's gone
Okay,
too
now
far.
he won.
As-
Now he won. That's not fair.
as Tex Watson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No way.
Wait, that's a literal like serial killer. What are you talking about? What are
He's
you
a
talking-
villain. He's a villain.
I think it was
So your villain is one of
he's a
Or
murderer.
the Manson
one of the
family.
Manson family murderers who
Yeah.
just made his way to New York City.
The Manson boy.
Okay. Tex Watson. I mean, just remember that, folks.
Just remember that.
Picked a real life killer.
I mean, Bob Dylan. Some would argue real life killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Killer him.
Killing those
Some of
bars,
those tracks.
you know what I mean?
That's right, some of
baby.
those tracks.
Murdering those
But
two.
again, I'm stacking my lineup with movie stardom.
A disgusting
movie
act.
stardom. You chose Tex,
awful.
the murderer.
Okay.
Tex,
This is a really hard one. Yeah, I don't know.
This is terrible.
I feel offended that you said this is a hard one when I picked normal people.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, Brandon's final two
I got
picks.
my super-powered ally and my non-powered ally. For my super-powered ally, I can't believe I got all the way here and no one picked this character. I think it'll be a fun turn to see someone helping out Spider-Man who we're used to being a villainous character for Spider-Man. It's got to be Doc Ock. That's going to be his ally. And I would take like Alfred Molina's Doc Ock,
Yeah.
you know, especially an older Spider-Man. Maybe they were at odds early on, but now they found peace together and they work together, and he's there to help them.
And we saw recently, he still got it.
Yeah.
He was great in No Way Home.
Did you say do a flip hot dog vendor?
What's his name? What's his
That's
character's
Jerry.
name? That's the actor's name. That's the actor's name. And now for my non-powered ally. This is a character we've seen in the MCU, but this would be an aged-up version of the character. Been around for a while. Helpful in the city. A native New Yorker. I envision an older Kate Bishop as a non-powered ally, a peak human, helping out Spider-Man when she can. I don't want Haley Steinfeld too young to be playing this character. I think you could take someone like almost like Jennifer Lawrence in the Hunger Games, right? Like a kind of older person there helping
Also,
out.
what is Jennifer Lawrence 2 years older than Haley Steinfeld?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's 100 years in Hollywood, folks. So yeah, Kate Bishop would be the non-powered ally for my
Okay.
Spider-Man.
All right. She's up there. She started in New York, right? Yeah. She's around.
Well, as far as the MCU is concerned, she was a native New Yorker.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true in the comics if she's from New York, but that would be my Spider-Verse team. right
Okay,
there.
and with my final pick, obviously I've thrown a couple curveballs back to back. That trend continues.
Oh, no.
Okay, because for my Aunt May, all right, we're thinking so far outside of the box that we're actually back inside the box.
I've got a guess.
What's your guess?
Peyton Manning is your Aunt May.
Not too far off. For my Aunt May character, I'm picking Zendaya's MJ.
What? What?
In a world in which her mind has been wiped,
He's a pervert. He's a pervert, and you guys let him succeed like this.
Okay.
she takes on
her
a more
mind,
motherly role with.
her mind wasn't wiped. I think you missed a little bit of what happened in No Way Home. Her mind
She
wasn't
doesn't
wiped.
remember that she has this relationship with him, but she still feels this kind of like,
Okay.
closeness, this intimacy, this maybe protective.
Okay.
Right? Like we're blurring the lines between familial and romantic, right? He's lost Marissa Tomei's character. He's lost his lover, but somehow they come together in the form of the same person.
How is she
And again, star power.
how
okay?
is she his Aunt May? Like what role does she fill?
You know how his Aunt May? As soon as you write her name up there in that box, that's how she's his Aunt May. Okay?
One victory has gone to his head, and now he thinks he can do anything he wants.
I will say I agreed with Zach at the beginning that like Aunt May was hard to cast for this because it's like unfortunately there's only so many people that mother him, but also female figures in the Spider-Verse that aren't children.
Yes.
that aren't children.
And I gotta say, well, and Jessica's about to pick her Aunt May, but like
know,
there were
damn.
some good down the middle picks. And actually, I think the pick I had originally said to Evan was much more normal. But I was like, after two wild picks, I can't go back to normal. You know,
love
once
that
you
for
go
you.
wild, you got to keep going wild.
I love that for you.
Okay,
It's awful.
Jessica.
Who did you choose for the other one?
Oh, I was gonna do Marissa Tomei.
Oh yeah, easy. She's great. Oh, perfect.
He was gonna do the corpse of Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, she's just wandering around dead.
He's like a Norman
zombie?
Bates figure. He's like,
Yeah.
he brings people by the house. He's like, that's Aunt May up in the window.
Oh, you just got crazy Spider-Man?
Oh, a skeleton with a
that'd
wig?
be fun.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
fun to make a crazy Spider-Man.
And
that's
Green
just like,
Goblin's
that's
just trying to
my
go grocery shopping. Like, do you got any fresh bananas? All these bananas are green. And you would think I'd like green bananas, but I don't.
I like
Even
it.
though there's more
I like
fiber
it.
in a green banana than a yellow banana.
I love a crazy Spider-Verse of Spider people. That would be so fun. My Aunt May, and I know I've casted so many people from one franchise, but I love it so much because they give us so many Spider-Man. My Aunt May figure is Jessica Drew.
Jessica
'Cause
Drew.
Who would I be without
okay.
Jessica Drew
Yeah.
Spider-Man? And this is literally about to give birth Jessica Drew. So she unfortunately has retired from Spider-Manning. This is one that acts in wisdom, that helps helps Miles all the time, but unfortunately cannot get into the fray because she's literally 9 months. She's there. She's coming. The baby. The spider baby.
She's hung up the boots.
She hung up the boots. And also, again, yes, a lot of these people come from the Across and Beyond Spider-Verse, but I'm more thinking of these characters, these roles in a different universe. So this Jessica Drew is not a spider person. Like, she had to hang up the mantle. She does not know Miguel O'Hara. This is just Jessica.
She got out before
Yeah.
she met
And-
the other spider people.
And this universe has a Silk and a Spider and a Miles that are
And
spider.
she's like, they got it covered. I'm done.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
They're
out.
young people that have it covered. And
Okay.
she's like, I'm just here to help him, like, with words and wisdom, aspirations. Like Tobey Maguire was to Tom Holland for a little bit in the No Way Home.
I like that.
Okay, everybody has drafted their full team. Should we do a quick recap?
Yeah, let's start with the bottom. Zach, hit him with your team.
Okay, right? Just top heavy. All right, we got Tom Holland Spider-Man, right? Like the current definitive Spider-Man. He's joined, right? Captain Stacy's kind of his Uncle Ben. Don't worry, he gets whacked pretty early. Okay, and then don't think too hard about it, but Zendaya is his Aunt May. Okay, they've got a chemistry that you can't tell. Are they related? I don't know.
Her mind's been wiped. She can barely walk.
right.
She can't feed herself.
He did it on purpose so he could make her a mom.
You're like, are those people married in real life? I don't know. It's working. And then love interest, Martine Bancroft, Adria Arjona's character from Morbius.
Okay.
I've got Coleman Domingo's Norman Osborne as a mentor. Also Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborne.
And we have to clarify, it is two different Norman Osborns,
different
right?
Norman Osborns.
Just for the paper sheet, because writing this out, some of it looks pretty wild. It's two different
Again,
Norman
I'm going to
Osborns.
say it's Norman and normal Osborne.
He said that earlier. You said that earlier, and everyone was silent.
I've
Still doesn't work.
I've got Austin Butler as Tex Watson from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as a side villain. I've got Spider-Gwen from the Spider-Verse film, Haley Steinfeld's portrayal as a superpowered ally, and Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan as a non-powered ally.
You're cracking me up. You're cracking me up, Zach. Honestly, which is bad, I would vote for Zach because this is so funny.
Don't
I'm sorry.
You
it's
at least
so
want to
funny.
see the movie.
I don't know. I
Or
don't know.
show, just to
I don't
see
know.
like,
I was-
how's this going to work?
I would be so interested in it if you did not choose Zendaya. Like, I would absolutely be so involved if it was
Every scene in this show, you're going to be like, what is going on?
Norman.
What year is it in this show?
Norman pre-Green Goblin and then Norman during Green Goblin.
Normal.
Okay, Brandon. Who do you
We've
have?
got an older Spider-Man portrayed by Peter B. Parker who, let J. Jonah Jameson die out of anger, but is trying to turn things around now. He's still got his Aunt May, Sally Field, still kicking. Maybe she's in a home at this point. His love interest, after many failed relationships and maybe a failed marriage, is Jessica Jones. His mentor is Doctor Strange, because he's got to deal with Madam Web, who keeps popping in and out of his universe, screwing things up, messing with spider totems. He hates it, so he needs Doctor Strange's help to get rid of her. He's also got to deal with Chameleon, his first villain, who's constantly going around the city, constantly shape-shifting. It's hard to track him down. His superpowered ally is his old nemesis, Doc Ock. But now they're getting along. They're having a good
Now,
time
is he
together.
going to betray him in the end?
No.
Oh.
He's a fully
Recuperated,
recuperated,
whatever, yeah.
reformed Doc Ock. And his non-powered ally is Kate Bishop, who's got a few arrows of her own. Jessica?
Unlike my two cohorts over here, I chose a story that has plot.
Oh, okay.
That has meaning, because you watch a 2-hour movie and it's one straight plot, there's no such thing. We need to know what these people are doing in their lives. What makes the neighborhood for Spider-Man? Who is Spider-Man? is he dating his sister wife or whatever the fuck Zach chose? Absolutely not. So I have Miles Morales. You know, everyday Miles Morales, but he doesn't have the uncle that we're used to. No, he has the uncle Norman Osborn, owner, operator of Oscorp. And yes, he does know he's Spider-Man. And yes, he's helping him to become a bad Spider-Man. Ooh. And by doing so, he introduces him to Black Cat to date. Black Cat's thief in the night, stealing, doing all the bad criminal activities. But it's okay because she gets stopped every now and then by Silk, their superpowered ally and friend. And while this is all happening, he doesn't know who to talk to. He's like, who do I go to? Who knows relationships? Who knows love? Who knows what to deal with all of this? None other than Jessica Drew. Because she does. She's a mother and a woman of love. But then all hell breaks loose when Dr. Doom and Mordo have come to kill their universe and reality as they know it. And thank God Miguel O'Hara also shows up to help them. Because no one wants this world to be destroyed. And then the dual flip hot dog vendor is there to give everybody food. You know that one scene in the Shrek movie where they're like, we need the chimichangas for the war? That's the dual flip hot dog.
Oh, okay. I figured he could just give, Baron Mordo like a bad hot dog every now and then.
Do you remember Pizza Papa? He's basically
Papa?
Pizza
He always
Papa.
gets paid.
Pizza Papa always gets paid.
He's always get paid.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You guys know him. He's
It's
basically
over!
Pizza Papa. He's basically pizza. Also, it's nice to have a friend, an ally that owns like a restaurant or somewhere you can eat for free.
Hot Dog Cart is not a restaurant.
I meant just in general, someone that owns
okay.
food that you can be like, oh, friend.
Yeah.
Give me a hot
That
dog.
makes sense.
Yeah, let's nosh while we kibitz. Okay, there you have it. Our teams.
Yeah.
Again, Evan, yes.
Anyone you wish maybe, like, as you've gone through it, like, I think everyone has built some really great teams, really great groups here. Anything that you guys maybe would have tweaked, or anyone that
I
you're
wish
like,
I
ooh,
didn't
that
have
was a
to
better.
hear Zach's picks.
Okay, I will say there were a lot of different ways I could have gone. There was a kind of, and this was the reason I picked Dennis Leary early. There was a like all comedy cast I was gonna do with Hannibal Buress' Coach Wilson
Oh, that would have been
as
fun.
a mentor, and Biscuits from Echo, Cody Lightning in a non-powered friend.
Just choose
It's like
people that
fun, funny character.
That one also was that's a rule rule thread over there.
Well, there are no rules. Clearly,
There are
right?
no rules.
So
I did consider for my side villain Morbius because I love the idea of like Spider-Man dealing with vampires.
That's
It's
what I was
crazy,
thinking,
But after
yeah.
you took Martine Bancroft, I couldn't have more of that movie in times.
I wanted-
not Jared Leto Morbius.
if someone took Doctor Doom or Mordo, I didn't know if someone took one or the other because I wanted those two together to replicate Secret Wars, and time runs out. So I was gonna do, if it wasn't those two, it was gonna be Carnage and Mr. Negative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did think about like a Venom
Tex
somewhere.
Watson's kind of Carnage, basically.
That's right.
No. Yeah, Carnage is nicer.
Yeah, there was part of me, even though we've had maybe enough of him for a while, but like a Venom somewhere, an Eddie Brock in one of the slots,
Yeah.
you know?
He's not really, in the most respectful way, not that helpful in situations like this. So like with these people, if that makes sense, because it's like Eddie Brock does not, he's alone. He doesn't want to be messed with anybody. And then Venom is a literal mess.
Yes. Maybe as like a side villain that maybe
Yeah.
in the end ends up joining you to defeat a main villain or something like that.
You also, arguably, I said my thing and then I was like, you don't have to choose Eddie Brock's Venom. You could choose
Yeah.
the literal reckless one from the games or like
Yeah.
just the monstrous one from the animated series.
I mean, and also like, there's a world where like you could see like a version of Brandon's story, but Venom is like the Uncle Ben in a sense. Like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
that'd
maybe
be
a
nice.
close friend, like, oh, the Harry Osborn thing. It's right. He wanted to
Right.
save Harry Osborn like in the games kind of, right? And,
Yeah, I
and that's
considered
it.
Harry Osborn as like an Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
That Peter B. Parker lost like when he was first Spider-Man. Like that
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
one of his good friend dying. I also had considered because I love the idea of like a former villain becoming a mentor for an older Spider-Man, like having Mysterio as like
Yeah.
a mentor for him could be fun.
That's a good pick.
I really want Mysterio to come
I
back in
wanted-
the MCU.
I love Mysterio. He was like when I was like, I love Mysterio and I love Kraven, but the video game literally incorporates all of these villains.
Right.
And I was like, I can't redo the same story.
Yeah, they
that
did
was
use
the
up some
hardest
good
thing was
story
like
in those
being
games.
like, oh, let me choose Tobey Maguire, and then I was like, I'm accidentally making the original Spider-Man movie.
They should have
again.
had a thing in the video game when the first one, as you're playing, as Peter Parker, and Doc Ock is your like mentor. You should be able at some point to be like, just stop him, just kill him now.
Yeah, just kill him now.
Just kill him now.
That
You know what
that
he
game would
becomes.
be 30 minutes if I was playing it. If I was playing it, I'd kill everybody. I'd be like, get him out, break his neck, break his neck.
And I love that part in the video game where they go up to Doheny and it's a little late at night and a car full of raggedy hippies.
I was about to say, are you talking about Venom 3?
Yeah. Okay. Well, now's the point. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching live, thank you. If you're watching this later, you can vote on which of these 3 casts you think was the best. Who drafted the best kind of spider lineup?
Who was our favorite that's not our own?
That's right. Or maybe you can think of it as who's the best, who you like the most. You can also think about it like who's just the most interesting.
No, stop.
No,
I was
that's not a
asking.
thing.
I was
Creative.
asking. I was asking
Not a
us
thing.
who our favorite list is. That's not our own.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
I like everybody definitely took a different angle. I like Jessica basically went like, how can I get the most possible superheroes in my cast? Brandon leaned a little magic with the Doctor Strange Madam Web kind of, right? You kind of spread it around different elements of different universes that you pulled from. And then obviously I just picked the right cast. So
I hate giving Zach his props. I love how chaotic it is. It is literally crazy. I would not pay to see it. But
I do love having like a celebrity non-powered ally.
Yeah, I would lobby
having-
against it, honestly. But I think, Bob Dylan.
Bob
showing
Dylan
up.
as a non-powered
Bob
ally.
Dylan and Tex. Tex from the Manson family. Why would you put those two in the same film?
So Evan, you'll be monitoring the comments, or there will be a poll, or
Yeah, there will be a Google Sheets link that you can vote at. It'll be pinned in the comments. It'll be in the description. We already have some votes coming in from the live chat that's watching along. I think we have about like 65 votes and still coming in. So
Who's leading? And if it's Zach, don't say it. I don't care. Don't say it.
I will say at time of reporting, Brandon is leading with a very small margin.
Stop the count.
and throw in the comment if you haven't already. Oh, 2 other things. We are dangerously close to 100,000 subscribers on the Breakroom.
Dangerous.
Okay? Like, I think we're like 600 and something away from 100,000. So if you happen to be watching and you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe as we get very close to that 100,000. We are also planning a big day for the Super Bowl. We're going to be doing a big watch along focused on the trailers that are going to be released that day. We'll be on Twitch. We'll be on the new Rockstars channel live streaming, and then the on-demand video will be placed on the Breakroom channel afterwards. So join us on Super Bowl Sunday, February 9th, or afterwards. And third, throw in the comments what kind of an assembled you'd like to see us do in the future. We've done Avengers, we've done X-Men, we've done Spider-Verse.
We've
Done a Vegas party.
Vegas
bus.
party.
We could do like if this was a baseball team or a kickball team from New Rockstars, who would we want on our teams? Evan,
that's
you're my
fine.
pitcher.
With Superman coming out, maybe we dabble in the DC.
We need to do
Yeah.
do a
Well,
Justice League.
people ask us all the time, like, build your Justice League, but that one's so much harder in my mind. I don't know why. I can't fathom like. But do you just you can't pick Superman?
Well,
Batman,
one person
Wonder
gets to
Woman?
get Superman at some point,
and
I guess.
Technically, we could choose from like Young Justice.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
We choose from like Teen Titans, because I was like, when it comes to animated young child shows of DC, I
Well, you could
Yeah.
Superman could be all-time QB, right? He's on everyone's Justice League.
Oh, interesting.
Where somebody
You
gets
gotta fill it
Superman,
in.
somebody gets Supergirl, somebody get, I don't know. There's enough
Yeah.
A-list characters you could spread
Yeah,
around.
and we do it like what, like leader, brains, like that kind of
Yeah, you do
categories again.
rich
Okay.
philanthropist. Batman.
I don't know if his figurine collection extends into DC. As
Oh yeah,
I would
Reach out
venture
to-
it does.
Shout out to Hector about that. Okay, thank you so much for watching along today. Any other people we should shout out or anything we need to note before we go
No,
out?
I think we're set. Thanks for everyone who've been sending in subs on Twitch as well. I think McFuddlebutt and Calais and Windrunner at 91HTX. Thank you so much for sending in some subs, and thank you all as always for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Sinkies.
Bye.